All right, welcome to another episode of the Middle-Aged Metalhead. And today we've got something really special for everybody watching. India's first and only industrial metal band, Formidable Hate Machine. And I've got both the guys from the band with me for a quick interview to find out more about the album and how the band came together. Their debut album, Inception of Textured Audio Violence, dropped yesterday on Bandcamp. Links will be in the description, so go check it out. And if you like what you hear, support the band. And Sibashish Datta and Rohit Raghupati, welcome.
Hi, Gautam.
Hello, how's it going, guys?
Amazing. Thanks for hosting us. Actually, this is the first interview as a band, I believe. Yes.
Awesome. The honor is mine. So,
Thank you.
how does it feel now that the album's out?
Yeah, it feels really great because we have been working on it since last year, and we actually spent quite a lot of time. So the reason was being listened to a lot of music in that space, and we are trying to make it as unique as possible.
Yeah,
and
kind of experimenting in the sound as well,
yeah.
the tones and
we actually wanted to make that proper 90s production and the guitar tone and everything to be perfect. So the way it came out, at least for us, it feels good to to release the album.
It's a good feeling, yeah, finally.
Awesome. Congrats, guys. So the two of you were playing in Antakrit, right, which was black metal. And now
Yeah.
you've moved on to industrial metal, very 90s sounding industrial metal, like you guys mentioned. So what is the move like and how did it come about from black metal to industrial?
It is very interesting, actually. So what happened? We are actually making music for Antakrit as well,
Yeah.
but as a whole band, actually, we took a gap, and the drummer stays in Chennai. So for a long time, we were not able to jam together or make music together. So only Rohit and me was doing our part in that aspect. And at the same time, what we felt was he has different kind of riffs. And he was showing me the riffs, this is what I come up with. And then I was thinking, I was speaking to him, why don't we actually make it something else and not black metal?
And then actually, this guy actually gave me a call, like, he just actually texted me one day, saying like, why not do something industrial?
Yeah.
And like,
so the idea was, I don't think so, not many people, I'm not sure if anybody has done in India, something like that. So he has a lot of riffs written and he is into the 90s metal kind of stuff. So I thought, like, why don't we use it to make something new and not Antakrit, that is completely separate. So that's how the idea came in, actually.
a little bit different kind of a music, like he has his influences from his 80s and the German side of industrial, the OG.
Right. Yeah.
And I had the more 90s alternative and the industrial from that time, that kind of an influence, and it kind of blended together pretty well, and it's kind of evident from the songs as well. You can kind of listen to it. Like you can listen to the blend of both the eras in it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Actually, listening to the whole album, I heard it once last night, heard it again this morning, and it doesn't really sound like a debut, right? I mean, most debut albums, you're expecting a band to still find its feet, but you guys sound like it's a fully formed unit already. So it was really cool listening to it. I guess.
Thanks.
And I guess playing together for such a while has probably helped with that as well.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. So we have been playing music together since 2013, I guess.
Around 13, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so and then in between he moved from Antakrit, but we always kept in touch because you kind of mix well with some musician who you met in life.
Was there,
Yeah. So the only reason why we kept in touch and that chemistry went well, because I don't have restrictions in what his inspirations are from, or neither he has what is inspiration, because we're always open to listen to each other and what we are listening. And even if you are a musician, I believe if you have an open ear for everything, you create better ideas rather than sticking to one particular genre or one particular music. So that idea actually blended really well. And honestly, we had been working out on this album since last year, and lockdown And this break from Antakri to help us a lot to concentrate on our original part of what we are trying to do.
Right.
So yeah.
So speaking of the lockdown, most of the recording was done through different lockdown phases, right? So how did you guys manage that? Was it like a home studio setup, or did you all have to go into a studio as well?
Yeah, it was just a little setup I've got at home, so it's all in-house. You can say.
So he's actually, to be very frank, let me introduce. He is a sound engineer as well, and he is doing his own course in sound engineering as well. I think you did in Swarnabhumi as well. You are doing in Swarnabhumi, Chennai. So that part helped really. That also helped us really well because we didn't have to look onto others to mix and master. And he has a actually pretty good setup at home. And initially we recorded over there. And obviously only both of us doing the music, so there's no complications. Another third person will wait for another third person to come in. And a third aspect I want to come here is actually Jamhat. You know Jamhat Jerry?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so he helped us as well because in the lockdown he helped us with mic, giving us mic, and whatever we wanted from him. So I think this is what we got help mostly from. And him being is a sound guy, because we don't have to think about anybody else in that aspect. So it was only
And in a way, like both, he also helped with the sound. I was there working. He was also working on it. But then since we have a second year, he kind of helped us. Give it that little tweak that is needed. So that we can give it our own touch to it. So everything kind of worked together.
Blended well, correct.
Great stuff, and the mix is really good. It captures like all of the little subtleties and the little noises, if you will, that are happening, and really impressive stuff.
Yeah, that all goes to him mix, because I don't have anything. I just showed him ki, okay, this is missing, that kind of direction. But if you talk about mix and master, all credits goes to him.
I just want to keep it dirty and at the same time, not criminally clean, but don't want to sound overproduced. But
we actually mix and master. When it comes to mix and master, we repeatedly listen. I mean, 2 albums basically. I believe Godflash, Street Cleaner, and there's an EP before that, the first EP by Godflash.
Yeah,
and also the Pitch Shifter, the first album, Industrial.
Awesome.
And that actually, even that album, this is, a lot of people say that that actually copy of Street Cleaner. In a way it is, yes, but they have the originality as well in the sound, what I feel is. So I think we repeatedly listen all this 2-3 albums and didn't explore. We're exploring a lot, but concentrated on 2-3 albums to get the sound to be very
kind of dirt that those kind of albums have.
Right.
You can listen to the instruments, you can listen to what they're playing properly. At the same time, it's dirty as well. It's not. It's the kind of adds to the whole vibe of the album. So we just wanted to go for something like that.
Yeah, you guys totally hit the nail on the head. It is exactly like you said. It is dirty, but it captures all of the little things that are happening. Really good stuff. Yeah. So I also wanted to talk about a couple of the songs on the album as well. So first, of course, is your tribute to Jayanta Hazarika. So how did that come about?
Which one? Can you repeat it again?
Your tribute to Jayanta Hazarika?
Oh yeah, that's actually, I'll tell you. So he was a person in Assamese music industry in 1970s who brought actually a lot of new elements to the music. And see, at that time, the music was, it was very, there was not of, I will not say monotonous, but a lot of people are trying to do, similar stuff, because that time there's no internet to explore stuff. There's nothing to explore if somebody is doing something somewhere. And this person, I'm sure, he's a very huge influential figure in Assamese culture and music. I'm sure he was exploring stuff probably like Beatles or The Doors and all this kind of stuff. And so he had this very interesting songwriting as well, which is very dark. And very poetry based. And, if you even listen to his original version of what we did over here, you would actually get the doom metal vibe over there.
Okay.
It's so dark with the event of video. So I believe he was really avant-garde for the generation. And it was I love him a lot, particularly. So when I heard this song, I always had this idea why don't we try something in the vein of little dirtier metal kind of sound? And then I wrote in the song, why don't we do this?
You just got that vibe from that song.
Song itself. So I just sent him the song, let's do it. And he came up with something, first the electronic samples. And like, wow, that's the thing what I'm looking for, let's do it. And then everything actually did really well. And here we actually try to give it a very doomy kind of vibe, that blended really well. And I believe we'll do a lot more stuff like this. We actually wanted to cover a Malayalam song as well. But for me as a Northeastern, to learn the language and sing it's a Herculean task. So it's like okay, let's do it later. Like I'll practice well and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have this idea of doing stuff like this even in the future as well.
Right. Okay. And another song I wanted to talk to you about was Media Hood. So where did this come from?
So Media Hood, to be very frank, I will tell last year when all this thing, I mean, this since this government came into the power, I'm not anti-government or nothing over here, but if you open the TV, there are lot more things are happening to probably
deny what's happening.
To deviate the people mind from the actual reality. And especially when there's this Arnab Goswami and the whole drug thing happened, Sushant Singh Rajput died. And when you open the TV and you see there's unnecessary talks are happening. And in a state of, you were a very knowledgeable person. You have seen the state of media these days, what is happening probably in the world.
It's all divert your mind from.
It's all yellow journalism. Yeah, all yellow journalism. There's nothing reality. And in the face of Indian media industry, when I talk about yellow journalism, probably Arnab Goswami's face comes to my mind first. So that's the idea, and the lyrics, if you hear also, like, so I got this idea from actually whatever happening in the current affair, what is going on the TV. That's all about it.
Cool. Okay. And so the album art, right? It's very striking visually. And so yeah, can you tell us a little more about the art?
So album cover, actually, when I talk about it, initially we had this idea of keeping that picture of that old man, and we kept it with a release. But for this art, if I particularly talk about, this is also open for open interpretation. I mean, your own imagination if you see it. But what happened was, when I have a friend of mine who is an artist. Her name is Pansali Bharali. She's not very well known. She does art for herself. And I went to their place one day. So we were, her husband and me, are drinking, and suddenly this art struck my mind. And at the same time, we are making the album as well. So the album, I mean, if you see it, it's like somebody is planning something, to do something grand, that sort of approach what this artwork had. And I asked her what is the meaning of this art. I mean, art. She said, in my mind, I mean, something very similar. I'm planning something, or somebody's planning something slowly, gradually, that sort of stuff. So that's the reason why we took the painting. And when I saw the art, I'm always into art which is done by, not really digitally always. I'm not saying digital art is bad, but if it's drawn on a canvas, I think in metal that makes more sense.
It had a different appeal to it.
Yeah. So then we thought, like, we'll use this. Why not? Because it actually goes well with the vision of the band at the moment. Yeah. So awesome. That's all about it. And obviously it's open to your own interpretation as well, what you make out of it, and with the title of the album.
Yeah. Because for me, it gives me the feel of a hunter who's about to attack, I guess, or let his arrow fly. Yeah,
absolutely. So even the title, if you go, the inception of textured audio violence. So we try to mix the both things together, and I believe it came out well.
Awesome. Any plans for merch? Any t-shirts planned?
We are, we are actually, why not if we, but right now I mean, this is probably our personal belief. I'm not much into selling a lot of merch as a band, got my point. Okay, we are here, take my stuff. I don't believe that is right.
In time.
In time. So
in a rush.
But the next plan is to release the physical copies, which we are working on right now. And
awesome. Okay.
So I believe as a band, we just release the record. We don't get into like, let's march, let's buy it from me. I'm not into that. you listen to the music, you understand the music, and then if you like, yeah, why not? We will release our stuff later on. But main priority is to
get the songs out there.
Songs out there and release music. Actually, that matters to me.
Terrific. So, what has the early reaction been like to the album? Like, I'm thinking industrial metal is still sort of a new concept for most Indian metalheads.
Yeah, absolutely. Because because I believe, I mean, I'm not generalizing people, but whenever it comes to industrial metal, people think about Rammstein.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
think
pretty
about
much the prominent name.
Yeah, or maybe 9-inch Nails. I love 9-inch Nails. I'm not saying they're bad, but my point is the heavier side of the industrial metal. I don't think so. People have explored. I remember actually one day we were talking on Facebook about the industry. I'm not talking about industrial metal, but this whole industrial noise, sampling, and stuff. There are a lot of artists.
Yeah.
And that side of music, I don't think so. It's explored by many people in India. So, I mean, you only know how many people actually know about Godflash.
True.
And they don't even know about Godflash. So I think it's a new approach in India, and I believe it will take some time here. And I also believe when it comes to metal in India, maybe 60-70% people are still into Lamb of God, Slayer, Metallica, Megadeth, that sort of stuff. So this is completely outlined from that.
It's got a little different kind of sound, like a synth and a little bit of groove.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, any plans of taking FHM live once things ease up here?
Yes, why not? Why not? I mean, that's a big plan for which actually we are investing as well.
We've actually got plans of using some live gear on stage, some live programming.
Live gears, yeah. Visualization, live gears, only 2%. I mean, to be very honest, this is a very direct inspiration from Godflash. Maybe if you have seen Godflash live.
Yeah.
But we are going to add more element into it. I mean, we are planning for it if we can, and it's really great.
In time, some drum machines and some live
samples, and there will be synths, a lot of. So let's see, because that will take some time. We have to practice a lot, because we're playing it a drum machine means you actually cannot miss anything on the stage.
Mistakes, not the machine.
Yeah, you have to be on time, but that will take some time for sure. Yeah, but we are planning to play live. If people are ready to listen to industrial metal live, why not?
Awesome. Okay, so you guys have spoken about Godflesh and the first Pitch Shifter album, but just for what are some of the other influences, let's say growing up and even now, if you had to pick 5 of your favorite albums each, which ones would you pick?
Rohit, start with, yeah.
Okay. 5 albums. Okay. So here are my pick. I would start off with Frogstomp, Silverchair.
Okay,
one of my
cool.
favorite things since childhood. And one of the early industrial stuff that I heard was Filter.
Hey man, nice shot. Cool.
Yeah, Short Bus album. So that was I would pick that one as well. And then MFK or Slipknot.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's their first EP, like before they release
the first album. Yeah.
I didn't even know about it since he told me, actually. that was pretty different.
It's a little different sound they had, like a different experience in school with that album, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it. Like, nothing.
Did you say 5?
No, 4, I guess. Oh, yes. I couldn't forget this one. White Pony, Deftones.
Deftones, okay. Cool.
One of my favorite albums. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here are my 5 influences that actually helped me run this project. Yeah.
Great stuff. Yeah. And Siba?
Yeah, I'm actually thinking, I'm very confused to say, like, what are the 5?
He knows a lot.
So the 5, I mean, I will go a little, probably a little back on, I don't know, like, because I will just count from the time when I started playing guitar a little bit. So probably Scorpions Love It, the first thing.
Okay.
First thing, probably we explored at the time. And then, one album that actually really had great impact on me. Like when I saw this image of this rock star for the first time, when I was actually literally a kid, Guns N' Roses' Appetite of Destruction.
Okay.
This is, yeah, which actually had a whole personality of rock star. It got me really into this music, you know. I mean, what are these people? You know, that sort of impression. And third, it's really tough. I would, I have to, I don't know which one I have to pick from Black Sabbath. Yeah. But probably, yeah, Master of Reality from Black Sabbath.
Awesome.
That is
Okay.
one of the impact with Black Sabbath. We of course all of us get influenced from.
You can't deny that.
Yeah. Then I told three, right?
Yeah.
Three. Four, I have to pick up that one album that changed my life, Obituary, Cause of Death. And yeah, I mean, I was playing a little bit of guitar and suddenly I heard this album. What is this going on? These guys are not like rock musicians, you know. It blew my mind, even the songwriting, the whole, that got me into actually the extreme metal in life. And five, yeah, why not? I would pick Godfrey's first EP.
Okay.
That is also when I heard it. I was in school, like around 8th standard, I guess, and we used to get cassettes those days.
Yeah.
From a Bangalore label, it's a music gallery, if you remember.
Yeah. Sure.
So I got this record over there, and when I play this is like it's slow, doomy, reminded me of Black Sabbath, but at the same time, this is like a locomotive crashing into your house. That sort of sound, you know, I was like, wow, this is something extraordinary. Yeah.
It's nasty.
nasty, yeah. They're nasty as fuck, I guess, yeah. So yeah, that's five. Difficult to pick, but those five that comes to my mind right now.
Awesome. Okay. So that's pretty much all I had. Any last words for the people who are watching, and anything else you want to say about FHM?
Yeah, so we are actually, when we started working on the next EP as well, so I can only tell that next EP will be a cover of very unconventional tracks from 80s and mix of 90s, and probably those are not even related to metal, you know, just like the way it did enter Hazarika. And we would be keep on experimenting with this band. For an example, we are listening to a lot of post-punk as well, you know, right. So maybe some cleaner tracks in the future. And the people, I don't think so, they know us a lot till now. I mean,
there's just one side of it. A lot more.
One release what we had, and I just request, if you like our music, please listen to it. And if you want to buy, you can always support us. That's all about it. And so yeah, we are going to take a very experimental route in the future for sure.
Fantastic.
And thanks a lot for hosting us. Actually, that's really amazing.
Yeah. No, I'm totally impressed by you guys. Yeah, this first album is really good. I'm having a blast listening to it.
That's really inspiring to come. Those words coming from someone like you who knows a lot of music, and this is kind of actually inspiration for us as well. You know, to take it ahead. Yeah, thanks a lot to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Siva. Thanks, Rohit. That was Formidable Hate Machine. Check out their latest album, their debut album. It's on Bandcamp. Links are in the description. Check it out. Support the band, and I will see you next time.